Hello viewers, today we will discuss the topic transportation in human from the chapter Life Processes of Class 10 Science NCERT. The main transport system in human is the circulatory system, and the system consists of the heart, blood and blood vessels, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. In this video, I shall discuss about blood vessels, and in my previous video, I have already discussed the topic blood. Let us revise the functions of blood. It transports food, oxygen and waste products. It consists of plasma, RBC, WBC and platelets, where plasma transports food, water, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous waste, etc. RBC transports oxygen, WBC protects the body from foreign materials, and platelets help in clotting of blood and prevent loss of blood during injury. Now let us discuss the blood vessels in detail. Let us start with arteries. Arteries are the blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart. Veins carry blood towards the heart. That is, they collect blood from different parts of the body and bring it to the heart. From these pictures, you can get an idea about the structure of vein and artery. You can see artery has a smaller lumen while veins have broader lumen. I will take up the topic in detail in a while. From these pictures, you will get the idea about the color of arteries and veins. And why are these colors so? It is because arteries carry oxygenated blood while veins carry deoxygenated blood. Of course, there are exceptions which you will come to know later. On the basis of structure and function, arteries are quite different from veins. Let us see some of the differences. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, whereas veins carry blood towards the heart. Secondly, blood in arteries flow under high pressure, while in veins they flow in low pressure. That is why arteries have thick walls, veins have thin walls. In arteries, blood flow with pulse, with jerks, while in vein they flow smoothly. Arteries have narrow lumen, veins have large lumen. In arteries, there are no valves. Veins have valves. Arteries carry blood rich in oxygen, though there is an exception, that is pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood, and the reason is it is carrying blood away from the heart. Veins carry oxygen-rich blood, that is oxygenated blood, except pulmonary veins, which bring oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart, and the reason is it is bringing blood to the heart. So definitely any blood vessel which brings blood towards heart is a vein. In this picture, you can see one vein and one artery, and in between these two, you can see some network of blood vessels. Do you know what are these? These are the capillaries. Capillaries are narrow blood vessels which connect arteries and veins. Exchange of food, water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. between the blood and cells take place through capillaries. Now, where is the heart located? The heart is located in the chest cavity between the lungs, behind the sternum and above the diaphragm. It is surrounded by the pericardium, and its size is about that of a closed fist. and it weighs about 250 to 300 grams. It is located slightly towards the left, that is about 1.5 centimeter left. The reason is because of the presence of liver, which is quite big in size and pushes the heart slightly towards the left in the chest cavity. Let me describe the structure of human heart. The human heart has 4 chambers, 2 upper chambers called the atria and 2 lower ones called the ventricles. The right side and the left side of the heart, they work as 2 pumps, and a wall of muscle called the septum separates the 2 sides of the heart. A double-walled sac called the pericardium encases the heart, which serves to protect the heart and anchor it inside the chest. Between the outer layer, the parietal pericardium, and the inner layer, the serous pericardium, runs pericardial fluid, which lubricates the heart during contractions and movements of the lungs and diaphragm. Let me elaborate the diagram and the anatomy of human heart with the help of a diagram to make the concept clear. This is the aorta, the largest artery. This is the left atrium. This is the right atrium. This is the left ventricle, and this is the right ventricle. These are the veins called inferior vena cava. These are the veins called superior vena cava. This is the septum that separates the right side from the left side of the heart. This is the tricuspid valve that works like a door between the right atrium and right ventricle. This is the mitral valve or bicuspid valve between the left atrium and left ventricle. The pulmonary artery that carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Pulmonary vein that brings oxygenated blood from the lungs to heart. Now here is the three-dimensional picture of the human heart, and you can clearly see different parts of it. Now you can test yourself by locating various parts, different chambers, and various blood vessels connected to the heart. Before we get into detail of the working of human heart, let us understand the heart of mammals, birds, amphibians, reptiles, and fishes. The heart in mammals and birds have 4 chambers, and the right and the left sides of the heart is separated by a septum, as I have already discussed in case of human. This prevents mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood and provides sufficient supply of oxygen. This is necessary because they need more energy to maintain their body temperature. The heart in amphibians and reptiles have 3 chambers and allows some mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood because they do not use energy to maintain their body temperature. Their body temperature is the same as the temperature of the surroundings. Here I would like to include that crocodile is the only reptile which has a 4-chambered heart. The heart in fishes have only 2 chambers, and blood is pumped to the gills. It is oxygenated there and passes directly to the rest of the body. Thus, blood goes only once through the heart in the fish during one cycle of passage through the body. On the other hand, it goes through the heart twice during each cycle in other vertebrates. This is known as double circulation. In my next video, I shall describe double circulation in human. Let us have a quick revision regarding the difference between blood and lymph, which we will definitely need when we study further human circulation. Blood is red in color, whereas lymph is pale yellow, or we can say colorless. In blood, RBCs are present. In lymph, RBCs are absent. Blood has a bidirectional flow, whereas lymph's flow is unidirectional. Flow of blood through vessels is rapid. Flow of lymph is slow. Leukocyte, that is WBC count, is relatively less in blood, whereas it is quite high in lymph. Platelets are present in blood, while these are absent in lymph. Before I wind up, here are some practice questions based on the topics that I have covered in this video. All of you try to answer these questions. In case you are not able to answer, go back to the video and try to solve your questions. Till I come up with my next video, keep learning, enjoy learning.